Hello, my name is Keith Bailey, here to do NFL picks and predictions for NFL Week 16. I can finally do videos without having to worry about whether or not my computer's going to crash. I am surprised Tennessee didn't get their doors entirely blown off last week against the Patriots. We lost 33-16, which technically kind of still qualifies as a blowout, but it's not like a 52-17 drubbing like what the Patriots did earlier this year to the Jaguars. But losing Marcus Mariota for the year hurts. Well, it's only 2 more games, but for some reason, Zach Mettenberger's always destined to play the Texans. Always. That happened last year. Both of his games were against the Texans. And this year, Mariota gets hurt. A couple games later, Mettenberger's playing the Texans. And then Mariota gets hurt. And who's the next opponent? The Houston Texans. So, Mettenberger versus J.J. Watt continues. But without further ado, here are my picks. First game is the Chargers at the Raiders. Battle of potential future LA teams. I gotta go with the Raiders here. San Diego got a very good win, especially considering it may have been their last home game last week. But I think the Raiders have too much firepower for the Chargers defense to handle. I think the Raiders take it 27-20 over San Diego. It'll be closer than it was last game when Oakland blew San Diego out. That was the turning point of the season for the Chargers. That was when people thought the Chargers were still a relevant team in the AFC wildcard picture. And after that game, Oakland at San Diego, Oakland put themselves on the map and took San Diego off. And they have Oakland's they've fallen off a bit, but they're still solid. Next up, Redskins at Eagles. I actually think the Redskins lock up the division here. I am pretty impressed with what the Eagles have done the last couple weeks, but the Redskins, they'll get in and they'll set their players for the finale. But I got a feeling. I mean, Philadelphia came out flat against Arizona. Sam Bradford, I think he'll be fine, but I think Washington takes it. 28-19 over Philadelphia. I'm not completely sold on the Eagles, but they have to prove to me that they can win games without help of their special teams scoring 3 touchdowns a game. Next up, we got the Patriots at the Jets. I almost picked New York here, but I want to. But I can't. I think the Jets keep it completely close. 24-23, the Patriots win. The Jets, unfortunately, their 4-game winning streak and their playoff hopes will come to an end against the Patriots. There are already slim playoff hopes. They need the Steelers to lose to either the Ravens or the Browns just to even have a shot. Plus, the Jets have to win out against New England and Buffalo. They could beat Buffalo, but New England, that's the tough one. They already, even if they don't win out, they already have to ask for a lot, considering that the Steelers have to lose to. The Steelers gotta lose to like the Browns or the Ravens. I don't see that happening. Jets fans can take pride in the season that they've had, though. Next up, Texans at Titans. You may have heard me say earlier that this is the Zach Mettenberger game. I think Zach Mettenberger has started. This will be his 9th start. 4 of them have come against Houston. That's kind of funny. J.J. Watt, I think, has another game. Zach Mettenberger's a stiff back there in the pocket. And yeah, he can deliver a nice ball here or there. But our offensive line can only do so much protecting. Houston takes it. Tennessee keeps another game close. Houston takes it by a score of 19-13. Due to the fact that they might be starting Brandon Weeden. And I think our defense can hold Brandon Weeden to less than 20 points. Next up, we got the Browns at the Chiefs. I think Kansas City wins their 9th in a row. 28-24. I think Cleveland makes a game out of it. Kansas City, solid ball club. They're gonna roll right into these playoffs, and it looks like they're gonna play, unless they collapse. Looks like they're gonna be playing Houston, which is funny. The first game of the year these two played against was each other, and that was a game in which the Kansas City Chiefs won 27-20. Next up, we get the Colts at the Dolphins. I think Indy stays alive here because they know they lose, they're done. If Houston wins, they're done. So, wait, is that true? No, that's not necessarily true. If the Texans win and the Colts lose, Houston wraps up the division. So this is must-win territory for Indianapolis, and I'm not really inspired by the way the Dolphins have been playing football lately, so I have to go with the Indianapolis Colts here by a score of 21-14 over Miami. 49ers at Lions. San Francisco's actually they haven't been playing too bad despite a game last week against the Bengals. They lost. The game looked closer than the score actually dictated, but I think the Lions get another win here to get to 6-9 miraculously after an 0-5 start, and I think Detroit takes it by a score of 27-17. Excuse me, I have really bad allergies. It always happens when I get home. Next up, we have the Cowboys at the Bills. Do the math. Cowboys without Tony Romo. I mean, that one game in Washington was different. That is a divisional rivalry. And they could thank Deshaun Jackson for dropping a punt, but Buffalo Bills shouldn't really have too much of a tough time with the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys, of course, will make it close like they do every game, it seems, but the Bills will pull away. 24-19 over Dallas. Next up, we got the Bears at the Bucks. I remember this game. I think it was played in London back in 2000. I want to say it was, what year was it? It was 2011, right? Yeah, it was 2011. The Bucks were 4-2. The Bears were 3-3 or something, and that loss for the Bucks would end up being a 10-game losing streak for Tampa going into the offseason. Not the same kind of story here. Bucks win, sending their Bears to their, fourth straight loss of the season after an impressive win at Green Bay, I should say. Chicago's completely fallen off the radar, and I think the Buccaneers exploit that and win this game 26-20. Panthers at Falcons. I'm gonna lean back a little bit. I totally look so unprofessional. You guys are just gonna have to deal. I'm tired. It already took a lot to do this as it is, with Christmas Eve being this morning. It's been a busy week, so all of these scores and stats I'm pulling off the top of my head. No preparation. Plus the allergies don't really help. But anyways, Panthers at Falcons. I doubted Carolina last week. I'm not going to do that again. I think the Falcons will lose this game. Panthers should go in there and win, but I'm actually putting them on upset alert. Because yes, they've outscored the Falcons 7,642 to 3 the last 2 games they played against one another, but Atlanta's playing for revenge, and Atlanta is playing for a playoff spot still, miraculously, at 7-7. Carolina should win, but I think it'll be a lot closer this time around than it was last time. 24-20. Steelers at Ravens. Pittsburgh keeps rolling. Ravens are depleted. Ravens keep getting blown out every single game. Did they get blown out last week? Who did the Ravens play last week? The Ravens played the let me tell you. This is kind of sad. Last week the Baltimore Ravens played help me out here. I'm gonna look this up, and it's going to just, I'm gonna smack myself in the face because I should have been like, oh yeah, that's right. It wasn't the Seahawks. That was the week before. Excuse my clumsiness. The Chiefs. That's right. Ah, yeah, Kansas City. Yeah, so you can attest to the fact that they have been getting their doors blown off the past couple weeks. I think that continues here, but I do have to say, when these two get together, it's always going to be a closer game than people think it's going to be. So don't assume that the Ravens are going to get blown out of the water just because the Steelers are hot and they're cold. I honestly think the Ravens are going to make a game out of it. Steelers should win, and I think the Steelers take it 31-21. Jaguars and Saints, what could be an offensive showcase. I gotta go with the Saints in the shootout though, 34-30. Jacksonville can put up points. Allen Robinson was completely robbed of the Pro Bowl. It was so ridiculous, it's not even funny. I'll even admit that. But the Saints should get the win here, though playing another home game against a team that they should beat. But the Saints don't really have the reputation of beating teams that they should, now do they? Rams at Seahawks. Seattle should get the win. St. Louis has been playing inspired football as of late. They've won 2 straight games. They're 6-8. Yes, they're out of the playoff picture, but they were 4-8 a couple weeks ago, left for dead. One of the worst teams that people were thinking, and they've come back. And this game is no gimme by any means. The Seahawks always are giving the Rams best, and the Rams are always giving them their best. So I think Seattle takes this game 19-12. Packers at Cardinals. I almost picked the Packers. I'm not gonna lie. I really almost picked Green Bay. But I can't ignore, even with the loss of Tyrann Mathieu, the Cardinals defense or that offense that can put up points. I think Arizona gets the win here. 26-18 over Green Bay. Giants at Vikings. Odell Beckham Jr. I think he should have been punished, and yes, the ban should have been upheld. Will he learn? Let's hope so. Kid is a stud. Hopefully he learns his lesson. Against the Vikings, Minnesota should run all over the Giants. 31-14 should be the score of this game. Minnesota has a top-notch defense. Minus Odell Beckham Jr., the Giants are going to have trouble keeping up. And the defense is so bad that Adrian Peterson is just going to run all over them. Bengals at Broncos. Going with Denver here in the battle of backup quarterbacks. Well, we think Brock is backup, but is he? That is the question. Denver should win. 28-21 over Cincinnati. Close game. Actually, these two teams actually played in, I think it was week 16 last year as well, in a primetime Monday or Sunday night game. Monday night, I think it was. So yes, I think these two teams have played in 2 Monday night football games the last 2 times they've gotten together, and both times have been after Christmas. So I think the schedule makers did a very good job with that. But anyways, those are my picks. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Feels so good to be able to make a video without having to worry about how much time I have left. Thank you for watching, and you all have a Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate, and have a safe Christmas as well. Thank you.